What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the new Masters of the Universe Revelation Masterverse Wave 2 figures. So continuing on with our Masters of the Universe Revelations figures. So first up here we've got Teela and Man-at-Arms. So these two of course fit perfectly together. And then behind them we have our villains of Spikor and Beastman. So those look really cool as well. So I like how they're kind of splitting the waves with two good people, two bad people. I think that's awesome to help kind of fill out both your ranks. So very awesome there. So these are going to of course look cool with our other Wave 1 figures and everything, and I just think they all look awesome, so I'm excited to check these figures out. I enjoyed the first wave, so I hope I enjoyed this wave as well. So let me go ahead and get them out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So starting off with Teela, and we have her here as we see her after the time jump. So now with Revelations, I haven't seen the second part of season 1, so I don't know what happens with that, so a lot of my information is just off part 1. But she is the daughter of Man-at-Arms and the Sorceress, but she helped save King Grandor and got promoted to the new Man-at-Arms. But following Skeletor's attack on Castle Grayskull and He-Man's disappearance at the time, she ends up quitting as Man-at-Arms and goes into exile because she also did know that Prince Adam was He-Man, so she was mad about that. So then we get the time jump where she now looks different. We see her sort of team up with Evelyn and work together to find the two halves of the Sword of Power to save Eternia and the universe. So we have Teela here, and overall she does look like normal Teela, like not too bad, but she's very muscular and then of course has the shorter haircut, so she has the shaved head and then the shorter hair. She does look a little bit different there, but overall outfit wise does look like your standard Teela, where she has the white dress with the brown trim, the armor on her chest, has some belts with a pocket here on the side, some brown leggings with some knee pads and stuff on it there, going into the dark brown leather boots. But overall looks awesome, but just with her arms and stuff, she looks very muscular and manly, so much like a female bodybuilder. So she looks cool, but different at the same time. So for movements, her head can twist all the way around. She looked down that far and up that far, so little movements there. Shoulders can come up about 90 degrees and rotate all the way around, a little stiff though. She got bicep twist, a double elbow joint that bends up that far. The wrist can twist around, it's a little stiff, but it can flex back and forth. She's got a crunch right under her chest, so she can crunch back and forth just a little bit, very little movements, and then twist all the way around at the waist, so she can twist there. Hips can come up 90 out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that bends up that far in the back. She's got a shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. For accessories, we get some additional hands. So we have like a more open palm hand and then a grip hand, and then we get her weapon. So first we have this little piece here that looks like a little canister all collapsed down, but it goes into the little sleeve here on her back, so it can just slide right in there. So it looks pretty cool. This sticks right in there, so she always has her weapon. But then her weapon does multiple things, so it can extend out into a sword. So we get this nice sword blade here, so there you can see that design as well. But again, it extends out into the sword, so it looks awesome. And then it also can extend out even more into a spear. So there we've got the spear design again, the handle there. So it looks pretty awesome. So let's stick this spear into her hand. So there we got Teela with the spear, and that looks pretty dang awesome there. And then we have actual Man-at-Arms, also known as Duncan, and of course the father of Teela. And he was present during Skeletor's attack on Castle Grayskull, but got stripped of his title and banished by King Grandor for keeping the secret that Prince Adam was He-Man. And from there he goes into hiding, living with Roboto and Orko until he's found by Teela and convinced to rejoin the fight by protecting Castle Grayskull. So we have Man-at-Arms here that looks pretty much like your standard original Man-at-Arms. So he's got the blue helmet on that looks pretty cool with all the silver, of course the older man face there with the mustache and everything, very classic for Man-at-Arms. And then he's got the orange armor on, so he's got the big orange armor with the piece that, you know, can come up and cover his face, with the arm that's all covered with the heavy orange armor as well. That looks cool. Green body underneath, and his body is pretty much exactly just He-Man's, just painted all green, but he has the same belt with like loincloth fur and everything, the wristbands, boots and all everything. So it's all pretty much just He-Man, just with a different head and then armor on and painted green. But as mentioned, he has the belt on there with the one red jewel. That's pretty cool, and like the loincloth fur there. And going down his legs, he has the orange on one leg and then just the normal boots, like I said, just like He-Man, just painted in green. So for movements, his head can twist all the way around, a little stiff because of the pieces around the neck and stuff. Being able to look down that far and up just pretty much straight on, so not too bad movements. Shoulders can come up 90 and rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that bends up that far. Wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. Up in there, he does have an ab crunch and twist, so he can crunch forward, crunch back a little bit, so crunch back and forth there, and twist a little side to side, but also twist around at the waist as well. Hips can come up about 90 degrees out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that bends up that far in the back. A shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So yes, pretty much exactly just like the He-Man as well. And for accessories, we get some additional hands. So we have two hands here that are just kind of like gloved hands, but pretty plain. So we have an open hand and a fist hand. And then we have the armored up hand for his left hand, so with the orange armor on it there. So we have fist hand and a grip hand. And then of course we get his main accessory of the mace, so the orange mace as well. It looks pretty cool, big heavy piece of mace thing. So you can stick these in either one of the hands, but let's go and put in this one since it has the grip already. So there's Man-at-Arms with his mace, so it looks very iconic there for him, and that is really cool. And of course, we can throw in He-Man and have our team there together of He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Teela. Very iconic trio right there. And next up, we have Beastman with his look after the time jump. But in the show, he is in Skeletor's army during the attack on Castle Grayskull. We see him come riding in on a vehicle in the battle. But years later, he took up a more feral look and swore to protect Evil Lynn and began following her everywhere at a distance so people wouldn't know he was there and would only appear when she was in danger. But of course, at the end of part 1 of the series, he ends up rejoining with Skeletor upon his return. So overall, looks pretty cooler. Like I mentioned, it is a different look for Beastman and everything, but I think he looks really cool. So he's just this big orange hairy guy, and then I like his face design. So of course, usually he's got like hair, usually like all around his face, but like he has the spikes on his head. He of course has his big teeth sticking out with some paint around his eyes. He's got a nice beard here that's going into 3 braids, and then he just has this big clump of hair there on his back at the top. So it looks pretty cool. But I like how the rest of him just has the all orange fur, and then he has little tufts like of the brown fur there and there. So very cool that it has that separation with the browns. Got scars all over his body, so they're on his chest. And then he has this nice belt and skirt design there with the blue. Looks really cool. Just very awesome looking figure. I really like this a lot. So for movements, his head there can twist all the way around. He looks down and up, so very little movements there. Shoulders up 90 degrees and rotate all the way around. We got bicep twist, double elbow joint that bends up that far. Wrist twist around and flex back and forth. Ab crunch and twist right here, so crunch forward and crunch back. Really good crunching forward, but not much back. And can twist a little bit in there, very little, but twist mostly around at the waist. Hips can come up under 90 there, out to the side of the far. Thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that bends up that far in the back. Shin twist there at the leg, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So overall, he has very similar movements to Man-at-Arms, so all the male figures are probably going to be exactly the same. Now for accessories, he comes with a bunch of hands, so we get some opposite hands of what he has. So we have a grip hand and a claw hand, so again, opposite of what he has there. And then we also get a set of fist hands as well. And finally, we get his signature weapon of the whip. So this nice black handle, looks all nice and cool and stuff with the rope material there for the whip, so we can put it in his hands. He does have the little spot here on the side. I don't know how he'd get him to hold his weapon because obviously it's a really hard plastic, so it's not flexible or anything, so you can't get the handle there. The only guess would be if you just slide this piece in there and it just kind of hangs off of him like that. I don't like that look too much, so we're definitely putting it in his hand. So there is Beastman with his whip, and of course you can get it moved around and stuff like he's actually trying to whip and everything, but overall that looks very cool there for Beastman. And our final figure is Spikor, which is kind of weird they already made this figure because he's barely in the show at all, and he just appeared as Skeletor at the very beginning using Skeletor's shaping staff, and he was along with Faker as He-Man, and it was supposed to be that He-Man had him as a prisoner and trying to store him away in Castle Grayskull, but of course then it reveals it was actually Skeletor and that He-Man was Faker and all that. But Spikor is covered with a bunch of razor sharp spikes, and then a lot of times he has a trident, which we do get included for a left hand. So he looks pretty cool here, all in purple. Of course I love purple, so that makes me like him quite a bit. And again, his base body is exactly He-Man, so it's just the He-Man figure painted again all in purple, different colored boots with black with little blue details on it. Fur skirting all black with a little bit of blue details like a pinkish belt, and then some bluish color armbands. But then he just has this chest piece on over the top with the spikes all over it, and then the additional head of Spikor's head that's again all spiky. I like his teeth and stuff sticking out there. Very creepy looking monster guy, but cool that they did make him though. So for Moon's head can twist all the way around. He can look down a little bit and up a little bit. I'm surprised he has as much movement as he does with the collar around his neck, but it's going to be the same as all the other. So shoulders up 90, rotate around, bicep twist, double elbow joint bends that far, wrist twist around and flex back and forth, ab crunch up in there, so crunch back and forth, twist around at the waist, hips up 90 out to the side of the far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint bends up that far, shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. So again, just like all the others. And for accessories, he comes with some additional hands. So he has some fist hands instead of the 2 like grip hands. As I mentioned, especially with the old toys and stuff, he's shown a lot with a trident hand, so we get that hand piece here. So very awesome look with this nice orange like box with the silver trident on the end of it, and it has the little hand joint there, so we can pop his left hand off and pop this in. So there we got Spikor with his hand trident, so that's pretty cool. And then we get his signature weapon of his orange mace here, so very awesome looking mace with all the spikes all over it. So let's pop this in his other hand. And there we've got the weapon in Spikor's hand, so he looks really cool there. Like I said, I like him mostly just because of the purple, but overall not a bad looking figure. And with him we can throw in Skeletor and Evil-Lyn to fill up our evil side of the Masters in the Universe, so those all look cool together as well. Well, there we've got our Wave 2 of the Masters in the Universe Revelation Masterverse figures, so they all look pretty cool. This was an awesome wave to get Teela, Man-at-Arms, Beastman, and Spikor. All 4 of them are really cool figures. The only one I'm a little disappointed in is the Teela. She just has some issues like standing, and then her body just looks a little bit weird and everything, but all the other figures look really cool, and this is an awesome wave. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.